instances of paranormal phenomena have been reported in this desolate place. Events that may reflect the area's tragic past. Whatever they are, whatever you call them, ghosts, spirits, shades, specters, apparitions, there is not a corner of the world they do not inhabit.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Other Dangerous Podcast, where we talk all things paranormal. I'm Ken James, and this is Jason McKittrick.
Hey, folks.
All right, and if it can haunt, howl, or dwell in the dark, we want to talk about it. So, besides being the podcast with the best intro music, we are also finally doing our first in-studio together episode. So me and Jay are looking at each other right now.
And possibly touching each other.
Yeah, it could happen. There is a table here with a tablecloth, and, no one will be the wiser. But, yeah, today we finally got to fucking do it. Jay's here. We're pretty pumped about it.
Hanging out, doing the thing.
Yeah, we're doing it, man.
Got some beers.
Hell yeah. So tonight we're bringing you guys Listener Stories Part 3. So we got some fun ones for you, and I'm sniffing again like an asshole.
Yeah, it's okay. Just stop that.
Yeah, I'm going to back off every time I have to do it.
Nobody thinks you do coke. It's fine.
There are rumors, guys. None of them are true. I got to tell you that. But all right, tonight, Jay is going to take it away with the first story.
That's correct. Okay, so first is a submission from Amy from Pasadena. Amy says, "We bought an old house, my boyfriend and I. He's in charge of the new construction, converting the kitchen into the master bedroom, for instance, while I'm on wallpaper removal duty. The previous owner prepared every wall and ceiling. Removing it is brutal, but oddly satisfying. The best feeling is getting a long peel, similar to your skin when you're peeling from a sunburn. I don't know about you, but I kind of make a game of peeling, on the hunt for the longest piece before it rips. Anyway, under a new corner section of paper in every room is a person's name and a date. Curiosity got the best of me one night when I Googled one of the names and discovered the person was actually a missing person. The missing date matched the date under the wallpaper. The next day, I made a list of all the names and dates. Sure enough, each name was from a missing person with dates to match. We notified the police, who naturally sent out the crime scene team. I overheard one tech say, "Yup, it's human." Human? What's human? Ma'am, where's the material you moved from the walls already? This isn't wallpaper you were removing.
Skin.
Skin. I mean, I love that story,
Yeah.
but... validity. I don't know.
Yeah, we don't know. We'll never know.
Thank you, Amy.
Yeah. Wee.
I mean, what would a
Skin wallpaper?
skin wallpaper first, was that self-applied by the maniac,
Yeah.
or did they buy that from somebody?
Or did the maniac take it to a professional, like one of those Japanese wood carvers?
Okay.
They get those thin, crazy layers.
Okay.
Maybe they had some machine and they knew of curing human skin in that way.
So if you want to cover something in human skin, you go to the Japanese, is what you're saying?
I wouldn't say no to that.
Okay.
They seem to know what they're doing.
I mean, no doubt.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Okay. I mean, artisanal human skin wallpaper. I don't know.
Yeah. I wonder if... No, we're not going to go where I was about to go. No, we'll leave that alone. All right, so we're going to move on to... this is a submission. It's from Samantha from Philadelphia. And this one's actually accompanied by a video, too, that we're going to post up on our social media. And I'll probably put it up on YouTube as well. But the night of this occurrence, I was laying down in bed. Joshua was downstairs, my husband, in his man cave when I saw my deceased father at the foot of our bed. I immediately was scared. My father touched my right foot. After touching my right foot, he disappeared. Before passing away, my father would always tell me that the day he passes away, he would come back and grab my feet at night. Which is fucking... Thanks, Dad.
Dads.
Which is what he did on that night. Ever since his passing in January 2020, our home that we bought in December of 2019... there's been, I would call it, weird noises and occurrences. Our house is the one that I grew up in, that we bought when I was a young child. Some occurrences have occurred in my son's room, which was the love of my father's life, his grandchild. So, I mean, the video, should we pop it up again and take a look at it to maybe give our 2 cents on it?
Yeah, and again, folks, we'll have this up on the Facebook page so you can take a look.
So, from what I'm told from the person who submitted this, the camera view that you'll see is a wall. There isn't a window. There's not an air conditioning unit. There's nothing at the area where this could be happening.
And let's set this clip up for some people. Where is this? What are we looking at?
Okay,
exactly?
this is I'm like a row home in Philadelphia. You're on, I guess, the first floor, and I'm guessing that so straight ahead, you'll see a kitchen that's in the back past the doorway, and I guess the left is the door to get inside the house, and you don't see anything swing open, and you're just on a wall.
Okay.
So, as it goes, yeah, man.
It's so perfect that, me and Ken were looking at this before. The figure is so perfect that once again, my mind goes to, okay, what kind of mechanical interference is going on here?
Yeah, I mean, but the cool thing, one of the cool things to me too, is like how at first, like there's that smoke cloud, which when I first saw it, I was like, oh, this is just like, I don't know, like a heat vent kicking on or something, or kicking stuff out.
Yeah.
But then when you see the second thing walk through, and I'm seeing like a silhouette of a head and the back of someone walking towards the stairwell.
Yeah, I kind of see the same thing. And then the other thing that we noticed while looking at it is that when the 2 figures come in, there's a motion sensor above on the far wall. You see above, see where the high chair is. You look above, there's a motion sensor, and it goes off when the figure comes in.
Yeah, but so let's say that's a mechanical interference. Let's say that's picking up from someone else's camera. How is the motion detector picking up someone else's camera motion?
Oh, I don't know. I'm just saying my initial thoughts are, wow, that's perfect. So why is it not real?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
yeah, how can I make this not real? Because it can't be. But
right. It's a nice looking piece of evidence, but taking it back to the episode that we did previously, do we know enough about the camera that are there signals that could cross from another similar short circuit or what is it called? Closed circuit camera that could be on a similar frequency? That's just where my head goes.
Yeah, no, I mean, we would have to look into it a little more, and maybe I'll do some digging, ask some questions.
No, you won't.
But I will. Oh, I will. I've done it before, and I'll do it again.
Well, yeah, we'll have that on the Facebook page. Folks, take a look at it. Let us know what you think.
Please.
All right, so rolling into the next one is John from Wisconsin. Wisconsin, that's a first.
Yeah.
I don't know. John says, last night a friend rushed me out of the house to catch the opening act at a local bar's music night.
Wait, you're rushing them out like for an opening act?
He must have been a part of it, but he also puts this was pre-COVID.
Okay.
So after a few drinks, I realized my phone wasn't in my pocket. I checked the table where we were sitting at, the bar, the bathrooms, and after no luck, I used my friend's phone to call mine. After 2 rings, someone answered, gave it a low, raspy giggle, and hung up. They didn't answer again, and I eventually gave it up as a lost cause and headed home. I found my phone laying on my nightstand right where I left it.
Ew.
Yeah.
Your only hope is that somewhere like in the satellite, it didn't go to your phone. It went to some, 60-year-old emphysemic clown's phone.
Here's where I go. All right. So he got rushed out to an opening act at a local bar's music night. Right. What night would you possibly do that? St. Patrick's Day. Low raspy giggle. Fucking leprechaun.
We're dealing with a leprechaun.
Oh, absolutely.
Here. Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Oh, absolutely. No doubt. No doubt in my mind. I don't know.
Yeah. No.
Or creepy kid, space alien, or a Pukwudgie. I don't know.
Pukwudgie. Could be a Pukwudgie.
That's for all you Pennsylvania folks.
Yeah. Fucking. I'm still loving your like. What day would that happen on? St. Patrick's Day.
And why? Because you want to drink. You want the drinking to start as early as possible. Nobody goes to the fucking opening.
Can Fart is playing. We got to see them. They're opening for I don't know Shitfoot.
No, because you find out you got your all right. You got your lineup for the night, right? Usually 3 bands.
Yeah.
You're like, all right, what time does the concert start? 8 o'clock. All right, so we don't show up till 11.
Yeah. Someone's rushing you out of the house. We can't miss the opening. This isn't like previews at a movie.
I mean, maybe he was just being a good friend. And John, I'm sorry to shit all over your story. I don't know how you guys get down in Wisconsin, but I say Leprechaun.
All right.
And until I'm proven otherwise, that's the truth.
I guess my emphysema clown mix up with the satellite isn't gonna...
Hey, that's a possibility. That's a possibility.
It's a possibility.
But if I flip through the X-Files here, it points to Leprechaun. But hey, low graspy giggle. I mean, you have your experiences with small little
I
creepy
do
creatures.
gnomes. I've been around a gnome or two in my day, and I'll tell you what, it ain't what you see on TV, pal.
All right, and also my mind also goes to it could have been a creepy basement goblin.
I've only known of one.
Yeah, there is only one.
There's only one.
Okay, so we can rule that out then.
Yeah, we can rule that out.
One.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. He's on a microphone.
That
right
was Ken's nickname.
Yeah, it was fun times. But okay, on to our next
So
story.
our
here.
first leprechaun story. There it is.
We added it. Well, you're making it a leprechaun.
What did I just say? I said until I'm
Okay.
proven otherwise.
Okay, you're right. I'm
John,
sorry.
put these like facts together for me and let me know that this really is just a leprechaun story. Did you have to throw shoes at him to stop him from coming after you because you had to shine them all? Like I don't know.
It's so racist.
No, it's not. I'm Irish, and so are you.
Yeah. Well, no. The only reason I say that's right. Did you ever see like the Leprechaun in Vegas one?
Oh yes, I've seen them all.
Yeah, where he bites the dude.
Yeah.
And the dude just becomes a cliche of everything Irish.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, he's turning into a leprechaun. And he just like, he goes to the potato bar, can't stop eating potatoes. He's talking in rhymes.
And tell me you didn't laugh.
Oh, I loved it.
So then what's the problem?
There is no problem. Just saying. I was just
then.
like, wow.
So I guess it's time for the next story then.
Yeah, it actually is. All right. So this is from Paul from Philadelphia. Another Philly boy. All right. So growing up in my house on Dittman Street, we had numerous encounters with things that I can't explain. While I don't have that one story, I do have several small things. This one is my favorite. Growing up, I loved playing with the Ouija board. I know, don't yell at me. The very last time I used one, I was in my room, which was in the basement. I was with my girlfriend, and like any two normal teenagers who were alone in my bedroom, we decided to play with a Ouija board. Nothing crazy was happening on the board, normal / yes/no questions, so we were thinking nothing of it. Now, my mother, who was home, but was in the shower, which is 2 floors above us, shuts off the shower, throws on the towel, runs down the steps, opens my bedroom door, and yells at us, "Stop playing with that fucking Ouija board." She slams the door shut and goes and gets back and finishes her shower. Obviously, we're just freaked out and left dumbfounded by this. So we very nicely say goodbye, smudge the board, and place it away on the shelf. Fast forward about a half hour, we were sitting in the living room waiting for my mom to come down and give us an explanation as to how she knew what the fuck just happened. All she told us was that she was in the shower, the curtain opened by itself, and she had a mental flash of the board, so she knew something bad was about to happen. That's it. It's pretty cool. All right. This is a 3-parter here, so part 2 of this one. We had a candle sconces on either side of these built-in shelves in our living room. One night sitting there with my mom and another friend, we literally sat there and watched the candles bend over the course of several hours. It wasn't a hot night, and there was nothing that we could have come up with that would have made this happen. No heat blowing on it, nothing. Same shelf in the living room a few months later, watched these decorative bottles slowly move across the shelves. Okay, now here's the 3rd one from Paul. In my basement, we had a large finished part of a smaller section in the back that was unfinished concrete floors that we used for storage. One night it was late. We just turned the lights off and Alex is sleeping on my couch. We hear this dragging around. I immediately think, okay, what the fuck is that? But living in a basement, you learn pretty quick that sound travels and houses make a lot of odd noises. At first, I don't think much of it, but it happens a second time. So we used to keep our empty propane tanks in the storage room during the winter months. I get out of bed, go to the back room, and see the tanks right away, and they're there where they normally are. So again, I just go back, lay down, and try to go back to sleep. A few minutes go by, and all you hear is this loud, long screech of metal on concrete. I jump my big ass out of bed and immediately go to look at those tanks, and the one tank now had moved about 5 feet. Out of frustration, I say out loud, "Can you please stop? I'm tired and I just want to go to sleep." Nothing happens the rest of my night. Things would happen so often, little in the house, and annoying things, like the lights would go on or things were knocking, and it would happen. Literally, talk to the member of the family like, "Come on, man, I'm tired." I got a ton of stories, man. We love to travel and we love to do local ghost tours and try to stay haunted locations when I can. Thank you, Paul.
Wow.
A lot of little things happening there.
A lot of details in there. First, my question would be, I guarantee his mom had more like Ouija stories, right?
Probably has to.
Like comes down, she knew it was up. She's like, fucking Ouija
Yeah,
board.
yeah.
Runs downstairs. What did I tell you?
Yeah.
What did I tell you?
And and like the shower, opening the shower curtain opening
Yeah.
on its own, and then a flash of, she had a Ouija flashback.
Yeah.
So she must have dabbled with some heavy Ouijas in the 60s,
That's a good metal band name too. Ouija Flashback.
Or heavy Ouijas.
That doesn't sound like a metal band. That sounds like a different, like maybe a porn title.
Heavy Ouijas. All right.
The candle thing. Now, not to put anything off on his story. I'm sure that did happen. I've seen the same thing happen in my house, and I think it was just shitty candles. Mm-hmm. They were burning them, and it was just thin wax kind of thing.
Okay.
Or because he said he saw them move, it was the ghost of an elf on the shelf.
So, an elf on the shelf that had died on that shelf.
Yeah, the ghost of an elf on a shelf.
It is Christmas time.
It is
All right.
the Yuletide.
The ghost of an elf on a shelf.
It's plausible.
All right. All right.
Or shitty candles. I
do-
said it's
yeah,
one of the.
Yeah.
It's one or the
It
other.
has to be one or the other. I get it. But one thing that I did like the concrete propane. Jesus, man.
I didn't get to that yet. That's the third part is
Yeah.
my favorite part.
Yeah.
Moving something very heavy like that.
Yeah.
Now we're talking. I'm not saying the first story. Okay, the mother knew it was up, so I'm
Yeah.
saying maybe she had some experiences in that
Yeah.
house. Okay,
Yeah.
fair enough. Second one, I'm just saying that can be explained away, but
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's not the ghost of an elf on a shelf.
Okay.
And then the third one, you're dragging heavy propane tanks. That's I mean, what the hell's going on there?
Yeah, that's definitely some kind of powerful entity. Not an elf on the shelf ghost.
So a bigger elf.
Maybe a garden gnome ghost.
Did this story happen on Christmas?
No.
Okay.
No.
So I'm just not hearing it.
Yeah, you're not.
Okay.
You're just taken in by the ambiance of the room.
So when this is your buddy Paul, do you work with him?
No, I no, I'm through my my wife.
Okay, so when you see him next time, just say, "Yeah, Jay's just an asshole." That's all.
Yeah, no. Okay. But the
No, Paul, I like your story. I like the idea, the whole thing with your mom just knowing what was up, because there must have been stuff that happened that maybe you guys, you and your girlfriend, whoever was there, didn't know about,
Yeah.
had never heard of before. So she was like, "All right, get off that fucking Ouija
yeah.
board."
Well, because in her saying like she knew something bad was about
Yeah.
to happen.
Yeah.
Because someone played and she was probably around when something was happening on the Ouija board before and fucking.
It also reminds me of that movie, The Entity. You ever see that one?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
The shower scene.
Yeah.
Wow,
Isn't there also a ghost rape scene in that?
that is the shower scene.
Okay.
Based on a true story.
Yeah. Then they freeze it. Yeah. Then they freeze the ghost.
Is that when the Ghostbusters come in?
No.
That's when Peter James comes in.
Yeah.
I'm coming through.
Every time.
I mean, he's welcome in my house. I don't know about.
Yeah. I would. He could sleep over. He could sleep over.
Yeah, well, he's kind of weird. I'm okay with it.
Stick him in the basement or something.
With the propane tanks.
Absolutely. Maybe we know what happened now.
Now we know what happened.
Yeah.
I like it.
Just hold on. I just mark this off. Boop. Solved. Case solved.
or a good old Ghost Adventures debunked.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thanks, Paul.
Yeah. Thank you, Paul.
You don't mean to make a mockery of your story. It was great.
No, they were great
I love
stories.
it.
We just don't put us in the same room. Is basically what we're saying.
You're right. Okay, so next we have a story from Morgan from Providence. This one's a banger. I'm not going to lie. Okay, Morgan says, a couple of months ago, my friend's cousin, a single mother, bought a new cell phone. After a long day of work, she came home, placed her phone on the counter, and went to watch TV. Her son came to her and asked if she could play with the new phone. She told him not to call anyone or mess with text messages, and he agreed. At around 11:20, she was drowsy, so she decided to tuck her son in and go to bed. She walked to his room and saw that he wasn't there. She then ran over to her room to find him sleeping on her bed with the phone in his hand. Relieved, she picked up her phone back up from his hand to inspect it. Browsing through it, she noticed only minor changes such as a new background, banner, etc., but then she opened up her saved pictures. She began deleting the pictures he had taken until only one new picture remained. When she first saw it, she was in disbelief. It was her son sleeping on her bed, but the picture was taken by someone else above him, and it showed the left half of an elderly woman's face. All right, we've been across ghost grandmas.
Dude, in our first episode, we discussed this is one of my things that I would picture being in a window, the second floor window.
Right.
An elderly woman, and my colon would blow out of my body.
Wow.
Like,
Did that happen a lot?
No, it never happened. But if it did happen, I'm saying that would have been terrifying.
Okay.
Just
Yeah, I read that one, and I read it on my phone when it came in, and I was like, ooh,
yeah.
no me gusta.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, it's a good one because I have 3 small kids, and that's what they like to do. They take your phone, take a bunch of nonsense pictures, which is usually a bunch of pictures up their nose, and then you're going through. It's like you're wiping the mac and cheese off of your screen, that kind of thing.
Kids.
And then you get to a picture of some horrifically old woman,
Taking a picture of a sleeping child. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It means you're not safe anywhere. Is basically what that means.
Yeah. Just put that in your pocket, gang.
Yeah.
You're not safe anywhere.
Thank you, Morgan.
Yeah, Morgan, cool. All right, well, this last one. Actually, before I go into this last one, I want to add an update from Listener Stories 1 about the Babe and the Bear story about the big black dog. Dave from Nowhere recently told me that after the sightings of the boyfriend and the baby seeing the ghost dog, one of his neighbors was like, "Hey, Dave, did you end up getting a new dog?" And he's like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, I saw one of the other neighbors' dogs playing with a big black dog in your yard." And he's like, "No, I didn't get a dog." He's like, "It was a big, you're sure? It was a big black dog playing with the other neighbor's dog out there." And it's like, think about this. This guy's seeing, I guess, the same ghost dog playing with the other neighbor's dog in his backyard. But there's really just a dog playing with himself, And at this moment, him and the dog are seeing a ghost dog.
Not Forrest Whitaker ghost dog.
No.
Oh, okay. You got to
Yeah, no,
clarify.
I'm sorry. So this is not an urban samurai Bushido film about a gangster who follows the way of the samurai.
I love that movie.
Hey, man, only a fool runs in the rain because what is it? The wise man knows they get the same soaking. What is it? The from Hagakure Ryuichi quotes.
I know it, but I'm not going to try to pull quote that right now because I wasn't prepared.
I just remember Forrest Whitaker. I'm like, all right, cool, ghost dog.
I'm going to watch that later.
Yeah, RZA shows up for a while.
Oh, yeah, he's like, ghost dog, knowledge is knowledge, baby. Like something.
And walks away with his chain.
It's true. Nobody knew what he said. That is
Yeah, and most people don't know what we're fucking talking about right now.
true. Come on, ghost dog? People
Yeah, a lot of people don't know about Ghost Dog, man. We're weird. We're weird.
You're probably right. I mean, we are weird, but you're probably right that, yeah, I guess they don't know that movie. Folks, if you haven't watched Ghost Dog, do yourself a favor.
Go check out Ghost
Good
Dog.
movie.
Yeah, there's some pretty cool hits in that movie too.
And ice cream.
There's ice cream.
Yeah, there's the whole thing with the ice cream shop. His best friend is the guy who owns the ice cream shop.
It's been a while, dude. It's been a while.
No. It's timeless.
I should have that trapped in my memory vault.
You should. You should be able to pull it up.
Yeah, just everything from Ghost Dog. Who played him? Was it?
Just said Forrest Whitaker.
No, not Ghost Dog. The ice cream guy.
Oh, God, he's a French actor. I don't know his name.
All right, on to the next story. Ghost Dog. All right. Fuck. All right, this is from Regina from Trevose, PA. This is a little longer one. But,
Wait a minute. Where's she from?
Oh, Trevose?
Okay, I just wanted to bring
Yeah.
a little bit from your last episode, which I greatly enjoyed.
Yeah. Shout out to Beeb. Shout out to Beeb.
Hey, Beeb.
All right, so Regina from Trevose, PA. All right, the house I grew up in was always haunted. It was haunted when we moved in, and we always kind of knew that. At first, we would jokingly say things like, "Oh, the ghost did it again," things like that. But eventually we realized it wasn't just odd coincidences. It was very real. A lot happened in that house, and I'm sure I'll share plenty of stories later, but this one was probably the scariest thing that I was there to witness with my own eyes. So one day back in 2011, I just opened a brand new phone, plugged it in, hit the power button, and left the room before it turned on because my mom was downstairs with my then 1-year-old daughter and newborn son. When I come back to set up my new phone, after logging into Google and downloading some apps, I eventually go to check the camera quality. I noticed in the corner there was a preview of a photo in the gallery on a brand new phone. So I immediately click on it, and it's this. See the photo attached. This is the inside of my daughter's crib. Back then, and at least in my phone, you didn't edit photo after taking it. The black and white had been set beforehand. So no one was in the room. I hadn't even signed into Google yet when it was taken. And I have no idea what could have caused the blur, even if there was a person taking it, and even if they were moving. Nothing was in the crib. Like I said, we knew the house was haunted, and until then, nothing particularly malicious has happened until then. Shortly after that happened, days later, weeks tops, I was in my room cleaning up toys while my kids were in their cribs taking their naps. Out of absolutely nowhere, sorry for the sniff, I hear a smash like glass shattering. I look upward towards the sound, and about 15 feet up the wall, the room had very high ceilings, a picture of my brother in an 8x10 frame completely shattered into pieces and fell into my daughter's crib where she was sleeping. She, thank God, did not get hurt at all. It wasn't even hanging directly over her, so I also somehow moved sideways a few feet as it fell. And just to highlight, I heard the smash before the picture actually fell off the wall. When I looked up, it was still in its place, and I watched it fall instead of falling off and breaking when it hit something. It was like something punched it or hit it with something, and then it fell. There is no large trucks driving nearby or anything. I have no explanation how this happened. But it's not quite over. I honestly don't remember the exact timing, but it wasn't too long before or after the first stories happened. And yet again, involves my bedroom. I had a dog named Toto. Toto, why did I say it like that? I had a dog named Toto. Toto, that I had for years. He was my dog, and I was his, person, his best friend. So he wouldn't often sit right outside or up against. He would often sit right outside up against my bedroom door whenever I wasn't there and the door was shut. He was laying there, which happened to also be right at the top of the steps. The steps lead down to the living room, where my sister and I were sitting on the couch. We were the only ones home. We're sitting there talking, laughing, everything perfectly fine, and then suddenly I hear Toto make this low growling sound for maybe 2 to 3 seconds, and then a yelp. And then, I know how crazy it must sound, he flew through the air, down the steps, over the steps, hit the wall about 5 and 8 feet off the ground, he yelped again, and then fell into the landing. He was a Shih Tzu, he was a small dog, it's 100% possible that he jumped. 100% impossible that he jumped. He was thrown with a terrifying force, and if it wasn't my dog or something else I love, I probably would have been frozen. It was one of those moments where you feel like your entire brain sink into your stomach with fear. But it was Toto, so I ran over and grabbed him and took him outside. Again, thank God he wasn't hurt, but it was still terrifying. I swear if my sister wasn't there to witness it, you'd probably think I was hallucinating the whole thing. I think it's important to note that my dad killed himself in that room a few years before this started. Not that I think it was my dad's spirit causing the scary stuff, but I've always heard the tragedy can attract, things, paranormal things. We ended up having a friend of mine, a professional, come and sage the house, and honestly, I truly believe that it worked. We still had weird things happen, but nothing dangerous or blatantly negative, which I was more or less fine with. I've always been very fascinated with all things paranormal, but it's very different when it's actually happening. I know how crazy this all sounds. I know it sounds like it must be made up, but I also know that it was real.
Wow.
Yeah. A lot of factors there, but I mean...
Well, I think the biggest factor is what we find out towards the end, with the suicide.
In that room,
In the room.
And like a picture being punched out of anger, breaking before it hits the ground, something annoyed with the little dog getting thrown down the stairs, it just, yeah. And then we have a picture that we're going to post along with this story too. And Regina, thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks, Regina. That's
sombering at the end there.
Sombering?
Sobering, but somber I meant, I'm sorry.
You're not sobering right now.
I'm not. I'm on my way. On my way, gang.
I dig it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to even try to pick that one apart. I
Yeah.
could make some Toto jokes, but I'm not going to.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, boy.
Well,
Yeah, that about wraps up this episode.
yeah. Sorry, I was gone for a little while there, folks. If you don't know me, what I do, I make handmade artwork and things, and Christmas is a very busy time, so I had to take care of all that. And
he's back, baby.
yeah,
We got him back.
until I had enough of Ken, which is going to be like in 2 weeks.
Yeah, it'll be done again. They'll be like, I gotta go work on stuff.
So,
You fucking love me.
well, I'm here, aren't I?
Yeah.
Well, I guess it's time for closing statements or a flaming skull. I don't know which.
Not on this episode. The next one.
That's staying.
Yeah. Fuck. Flaming skulls. No, actually, no. That is in this episode. Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
Closing statements for me. It was totally a leprechaun.
And my closing statement with that would be that the only day that you're rushing out to catch the opening act.
This is not
St.
an
Patty's Day.
opinion. This is fact. Google that. You're
All
gonna
right.
bring it up. Jamie, bring up. No, wait. Wrong.
Yeah. You're on podcast.
If you want to see what I look like, go on my Instagram at Dylan is chillin' YT.
I know that it sounds scary, but it's not if you actually think about it.
Click the like button.
Like and subscribe. Share with your friends. Number 15.
This kind of looks like a ghost, but I don't know if it's true or not. Let me know in the comments if you think it's real.
Now, when you see when you see the cabinet open, it looks like there's a small being inside. Could this possibly be some kind of dwarf creature?
This is our last episode. We just lost all of our followers.
Oh, yeah, right. If anyone knows who this fucker is, they're having a blast right
And
now.
if you don't, because you should by this point, because
Yeah.
this is what the third time we made fun of him.
Yeah,
Whatever.
it has to be.
His name is Chills. He's a YouTuber. He's walking eye cancer. Just please
Oh, Jesus Christ.
go on his website or go on his YouTube page, watch a video or two, and then be like, oh yeah, that is true.
This guy's the diarrhea of life. That's
And
who
he
is.
has his ghost videos, but then he has his
rap videos.
his fucking rap videos.
Yeah.
Have you checked out my rap video?
If you want to see my face,
If you want to punch my face,
what kind of accent is this?
I've been made fun of by every YouTuber ever.
Oh God! Thank Christ for that.
Honestly, I leave horrible comments on his. I make fake accounts, and yeah, folks, I do. I've made one or two, and I'll go on. I'll leave some really nice comments for him, like please just stop.
Yeah, do us all a favor.
I think I even put your parents are very disappointed in you. Which is honestly the
Yeah,
worst.
it's probably-
thing,
but
'cause
it's
he's
prob-
like he's like 12. I
It's
guess.
probably true. I don't think he's 12. I think that he's a full-on grown man.
Oh, that's true. You know what? That's true. He's got like the Peter Pan thing going on. He's
Yeah.
actually like 35, but he's
Yeah.
like, if you want to see what I look like,
Yeah.
look at my freshly shaven face.
Yeah, and then there's the direction, the production on his rap videos. Jesus God.
Well, the rap video of number 15 is my favorite.
Yeah, well, that's all right. That's a banger. I'll give him that.
Yeah, it is. Number 15 by Chills, heard in strip clubs across the nation.
Oh my God, that fucking guy.
Now welcoming to the stage, Christine.
Number 15. Woo.
Yeah, it's about time to put this baby to bed.
On that note, for this episode of Other Dangers Podcast, I'm Ken.
And I'm Jay.
And as always, have a spooky evening. Thank you for listening to Other Dangers Podcasts. Have you had a run-in with the Other Dangers? You can reach us at otherdangerspodcast@gmail.com. And if you want to have a short discussion about the Other Dangers, you can find us on Facebook and on Instagram at Other Dangers Podcast. We are now streaming on iTunes Podcasts, Amazon, Google, and many other streaming services. We are also available on YouTube. And Please, after listening, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so we can continue to bring you the other dangers.